All right. I want to start this video off by challenging you to something. I was watching a Joe Dispenza reel on Instagram. I think it was last night. And he said something about, one of the first things we do is we check our phones. That's the first thing we do. And as you check your phone and you're looking at these things, these notifications, or you're checking your bank account, let's say you check your bank account, and you think that it's going to have a higher number in there, but it doesn't, and you get disappointed. You've created the feeling of disappointment by checking your phone, and you're letting your environment control how you're feeling in that moment. So, or if you're checking emails or whatever the case is, you get a text overnight at 2 a.m. or something, and you're like, what the hell? What's this about? And so it immediately changes your state. So I thought, you know what? Every morning from now on, I'm not going to check my phone for the first hour that I'm up. And, I take care of my little kitties and I meditate. And, the first hour is basically spent, taking care of like normal morning little things and meditation. And then after that, I can check my phone. So I tried it this morning and it went well, except I wanted to check the weather. And I accidentally opened the phone and I'm like, oh crap, I checked the weather. And so I didn't actually check the weather, but I almost did. And so I just closed it. And so the point is you want to run your day. You don't want your day to run you. Jim Rohn said that. Like, you've got to control your imagination and not let these external circumstances control you. So I thought I'm gonna challenge my subscribers and whoever comes to this video today to not check your phone for the next month and for the first hour of your day. And yes, it's already December 1st, so we've got 30 more days left of the month. That's a whole month. So go ahead and let me know below if you want to be part of this challenge with me. I think it's kind of fun and kind of interesting, and it's the time to actually tell yourself, like, I'm going to program my mind with things that I want to think instead of checking my phone and it programming me, because that's what's happening every time we're checking something. And this was like the smallest example I could think of that I think most people could probably get on board with for the most part. I mean, I know that like there's certain things we have to check, but if it's something for work or something, or it's like an emergency, I understand. Like if you have kids and you need to check like your messages, I get that. But like if you're checking emails or anything that normally like brings you down, or even if it's YouTube, like don't check your phone for the first hour. Or longer if you can hack it. And I want us to see what changes. I want you to look in the mirror and start talking to yourself really nicely. Instead of letting your phone dictate what you're thinking, I want you to start programming in what you should think, what you want to think. So if you're new here, I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist, and I created this channel to help change your mind. And I wanted to get better on camera. I was dealing with some social anxiety issues and just overthinking too much information, didn't know how to get my messages out there. And so I've just been starting small, and thank you all for listening to me. Thank you for being here. It's so fun to do this. And I just love to help people think differently. You don't have to believe everything I say, but I want you to learn to think for yourself and not think because of some external circumstance that got your goat today. Like, you don't want to let anything get your goat ever. So I was talking to a client about that today, about how, we let external circumstances control our minds. And we never want to do that. But that is very easy for us to do as humans. We just let everything outside of us control us. And we want to practice not doing that, because every time you're letting something bother you, your energy goes down and you have no creative power in that moment. And I don't want to say you have no creative power. You definitely have creative power at every moment, no matter what your state is. But if you want to consciously create things and manifest things, you got to get control of that mind. And so it's actually a lot easier than we give ourselves credit for. It just takes some practice. It's like learning how to ride a bike or learning how to drive. It's just one of those skills we develop. So it's funny because I'm a huge nerd, and it definitely is. This is proof. But in 2012, I was cutting out newspaper clippings from the paper and from Harvey Mackey. I forgot who he is, other than it says he's the author of the New York Times bestseller, Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive. And I used to read the paper every Sunday, and This was back in 2012, literally. This is from Sunday, July 1st, 2012. And I would cut these out because, and this was when I had graduated from grad school at this point, but I'm sure there's some older ones in here. I'm sure there are, but I wasn't even a therapist yet. And even over 20 years ago, I was cutting out things from magazines that were really positive and putting them in spirals. And so this was just one of those things. I just wanted to keep these newspaper clippings. And I knew I was going to share these things someday. This is so strange that tonight I was like, you need to pull this binder out. And so I did. And the first one that pops up is use imagination for new solutions. And I was like, wow. And then it says the most interesting people are the people with the most interesting pictures in their minds, said Earl Nightingale, one of the pioneers of the motivational movement. And I was like, Earl Nightingale, oh my God, that's so cool. I didn't even know who he was back then whenever I cut this out. And so Harvey's moral of this whole thing was, the only person who can put limits on your imagination is you. And he talked about how kids, this was in this thing, how they went to different schools, and a lot of the kids were saying, they were great artists. The younger they were more imaginative, basically. They said they were artists. And then they went to the next grade up, and 3/4 of the kids said that they were artists. And then the next level up, it was like half, and it just kept going down. And it's like the older the kids got, the less secure they were in themselves and their own imagination. So I want you to think about that you can utilize your imagination consciously all day long to be able to control your mind versus letting the external circumstances control you. And like I said, it's a practice to do this. It is a huge practice. I was talking to this client today about this, and I was basically telling this person that what's really important to me is, I think is it 1 Corinthians 9? I think it is. Love is patient, love is kind, love is not easily angered, all of that. Man, that is a blueprint to life. If you can just look at basically it's literally like a blueprint, like a template to go off of, and a checklist almost to look at and say, am I following this? Like, the energy of love is at the top of the emotional guidance scale. I will link that below. Well, I don't link it below, but I link the place where you can go sign up for my email list, and I'll send this to you. And it's from Abraham Hicks. It's her emotional guidance scale, their emotional guidance scale. And it's an updated version. I was attending one of their workshops online during COVID, and they updated it and also included a children's scale. So I include this in there. And you basically look at the scale and you figure out where you're at. Well, or where you are dominantly during the day. And so love and appreciation is at the very top. And so we want to strive to be in the energy of love, because when you're in the energy of love, you're creating the best life you could probably ever have and experience. So it's very potent, very powerful energy to be in love. And for me, when I'm up there, I just feel total peace. And I think we all are craving peace. It is December, my birthday month. Is it any of your all's birthday months? If it is, please comment below and tell me what day is your birthday. Mine's the 16th. I'm so excited. I love December. Sometimes it's a little, here's your birthday / Christmas present. Do any of you suffer from this? It's great, isn't it? So comment below, please. Let me know your birthday, and I'll tell you happy birthday. But basically, yeah, I was talking to her about love, and how, like, if you live from that, that you can't go wrong there. Like, love is not easily angered. And they say that, I think it's Bashar that said this, and I think I've heard this other places too. If you don't know who Bashar is, just look him up. Bashar. You can look him up. Deduce your own opinion on him. I think he's awesome. But he said that if you feel anger or you feel an emotion, the first 15 seconds is the actual emotion. After that is just judgment. And I was like, that is so true, because we feel angry, but we're really we're really judging maybe another person. Like, if we're angry with another person, we're not letting that emotion just pass through the body. And then it turns into this judgment. Like, I'm mad at them because they did this. And that's kind of like a judgment. And then it goes back to the unconditional love. Love is not easily angered. So we've got to really watch that. I think it's just a great, like I said, a blueprint and the Bible, a lot of people say it's like the instructions for life. And I hadn't looked at it like that when I was younger. I had some really mixed messages about church when I was younger. So it was just, I loved it and hated it at the same time. And so, but as I've gotten older and read the Bible 3 or 4 times, man, it's got some great stuff in there. And I just love 1 Corinthians 9. It's just like awesome. I think it's 9. I just say 1 Corinthians always, but that's the template to live from. It really is. When you're in the energy of love, you are feeling peace inside. And I tell people all the time, like, just be the light, be the lighthouse, be the example, be the change you want to see in the world. Like all the, what is it, Gandhi or Buddha? I get everything mixed up when this camera goes back on, but it's like, be the change. Be the change you want to see in the world. Don't look to the world to change you. Like, you want to change your experience of your world. So you got to change you first so you can change your energy and see things differently around you. And so I just said, like, just be the light, like, be the leader of the pack. Like, don't match somebody else's energy. I've said that to clients for probably the last 10 years. Don't match somebody else's energy, because you've created them anyway, according to the law of assumption. You've created that version of them anyway that you're looking at and interacting with. So if you're creating this version of them that you're experiencing, they're just a mirror to you. They're showing you something about you. They're a blob of energy teaching you something. So ask yourself, hey, self, what is this person teaching me about me that I might need to learn today? What is this? Like, why would I be seeing this today? And so it goes back to this imagination piece. Use your imagination very wisely. Use it to think about what you prefer versus what you don't prefer. And if somebody comes in and you can feel the energy, remain very convicted in who you are. Decide who you are before anybody else comes in that room. Decide who you are. Just decide. And be that person. Act like that person. Just decide who you want to be and be it. Be them right now. And that energy will be felt. And whoever matches it or whoever wants to go up to that level with you will. And whoever doesn't, it's none of our business. And I had to think that way before I started YouTube and before I was a therapist too. It's like whatever advice or whatever suggestions I give out there to everybody, whoever's meant to hear it will hear it. And whoever wants to follow it, follows it. But it's none of my business what people do with anything I say. I don't care. I'm just putting a message out there. I'm just the vessel. That's it. I'm just speaking and you're listening and you're hearing me. And so it's up to you to take whatever gems you like out of what I said and go practice them in your own life and see what they do for you. And that's why I love this whole thing. It's like, it takes a pressure off of me because it's like, I don't care how many people subscribe. I mean, of course I want to get as many subscribers as possible, but it doesn't matter to me because I'm being creative. I'm actually finally expressing the things that have been inside me for years and years and years. And there's so many great things that'll come of it. But like I've said, it's working on me. I'm not working on it. And so what are you letting work on you? Think about the things that you're doing in your daily life. Do everything to the best of your ability at all times, no matter what it is. If you want to be like 10 levels up, you act like you're already 10 levels up. You do that amount of work right now. You operate at that level right now. Do the best you can at every level you're at. And you'll find out real quick that that's going to make you grow faster and elevate faster. So always just do your best. Always be your best as possible. And if you feel an emotion, just talk to yourself about it. Why am I feeling this right now? Where does this come from? What is this linked to in my childhood? I'm really good at linking people with their past. And then they're like, oh my God, that does actually match up with how I'm feeling today. This person is just like my mom or my dad or whatever, but they showed up in a coworker, let's say, that exact feeling. You'll find that a lot of your past feelings are connected to right now because it's all about our belief systems and the meaning we assign to all the events and people in our lives. So really check and see, where are you limiting yourself? And remember, your imagination, back to imagination, you're imagining 24/7. So you're either imagining what you prefer or what you don't prefer. So remember that you have control over your mind every single second. And that's what's so fun about this, because you can create anything you want from any point that you're at. You just start right where you're at. And you say, man, I prefer this instead of this. Okay, I'm going to start thinking about this. I'm going to take my awareness from this area and I'm going to put it over here. And oh my gosh, you'll see so much of a difference in your internal being. And if you just practice this takes practice. Remember to, if you want to participate in this challenge, let me know you're doing it below, first of all. Second of all, let me know what changes. Let me know if you program something new into your imagination every day that you're doing this. When your phone is not doing what you normally do with it, just decide, who am I today? What affirmations do I want to say today? I like to say my mind creates millions. Ooh, that's kind of cool. My mind creates millions. I'm going to have an amazing, awesome day today of ease, peace, and love. Something, anything you want to say. I am powerful. I am capable. I have an awesome imagination, and I'm going to start thinking differently because I know that thinking differently is going to get me something differently. And if I don't change the way I think, I'm going to get what I've always gotten. Keep that in mind. You're going to get what you've always gotten if you think the way you've always thought. It's always going to happen that way. So we got to change our minds, and that's what I'm here to help you with. And if this helped you at all, please like and subscribe, and please share with somebody who might benefit from this message. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. And I will be back tomorrow for another video. Oh my gosh, this was video. I didn't even say what video this was, I don't think. This is video 190. I'm at another milestone, 190. Man, you guys are still here. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Remember that you are loved. Pass it on to somebody who needs to hear it today. And remember what you appreciate, so appreciate yourself. And I will be back tomorrow. Bye.